Hi everyone and welcome to practice. My name is Ashley. So for today's mellow morning flow, we're going to get into the hips. So that's going to be our main focus. It helps to have blocks to bring the floor up a little higher to you. So feel free to grab whatever props that you need for practice. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be lying on our bellies today. So coming onto your belly, just take a moment here. And if you'd like to bring like a blanket or anything underneath the hips, that's supportive for you, feel free, go ahead and grab that now. And we're just gonna start in this prone lying position. And really feel your breath. Where does it go when you're in this position? Does it push into the floor? Does it go into the back or into the sides? Just simply notice. There's no right or wrong, just your awareness of what you feel. Relax your head, relax your neck. Take 2 more breaths here for you. Let yourself feel grounded and stable. Supported by the earth, by the floor beneath you. And if it's comfortable to come up onto your forearms, we'll meet in a half frog position. So starting onto the left side, you can bring the left knee up in line with the hip or kind of anywhere in between. So it doesn't have to look like me, but just find this position. You can flex into the foot, ground down through that inner ankle. If you prefer to kind of bring your head down once again onto the mat, making a little pillow with your forearms, feel free. If you'd rather stay up onto the forearms, you can stay right here. But wherever you're comfortable, wherever you can breathe. You can wiggle around in the hips. You don't have to stay super still. So if you need to move, move. And then find a place maybe where you can settle just for a few more breaths. If you're already up on your forearms, stay right there. If not, crawl back up onto your forearms, moving into a supine twist. So press into the left hand, and then you're gonna thread your right arm underneath the left, coming onto your right shoulder, and then rolling onto your back. Good. That left arm reaches over to the other side. Left knee can stay bent, right leg can stay long. And see if you can ground down through your shoulder. So if the knee is kind of floating up off the floor, let it float. So if you'd rather bring a prop underneath, you can always bring a pillow or a block. Just to kind of support the leg, you can bring your calf or your shin up onto the block. Just feel supported here, coming into this twist. Relax your jaw. Relax the space in between your eyebrows. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. Once more, big breath in. And let it go. Gently start to remove any props you have out of the way. And then rolling back over onto your belly. We'll take that half frog position on the other side. So the right knee is going to come out to the right. You can ground down through that inner ankle of your right leg. But stay right here in your half frog position with the heart lifted, or you can gently lower the chest down to the mat. And just breathe here. Notice the sensations that you feel without judging them as good or bad, but simply just noticing. If you feel any pain, you can gently lower the knee a little bit more. Finding your space. Keep your spine nice and long. And get any fidgets out of the way, and then simply see if you can relax into it. 2 more breaths. If you're not already up on your forearms, gently walk the elbows back. Good. Press into the right palm this time as you thread your left arm up and underneath, rolling over onto the back for that supine twist. Left leg stays long this time, right knee can stay bent. And feel free to bring those props along with you for the ride. And you can help support the leg in your twist. So you can just relax into all the points of contact with the earth, with your props. No need to struggle or force. And simply breathe. I say that like it's that easy sometimes, yeah? We breathe all the time, but here, let's bring our awareness to it. Notice any tension in your body. What can you let go of right now? And take a big breath in. Easy breath out. 1 more just like that. Big inhale. Long exhale. Start to remove your props out of the way. Come back onto your belly, right where we started. And then press back into a child's pose. So hips to heels, knees can widen, arms can reach out. You can also make that little pillow with your forearms and rest your head onto the mat or to your arms. See if you can wiggle the hips a little side to side, shifting them as far back as they'd like to go. And child's pose sometimes can be an uncomfortable position. So if you're more up kind of into a tabletop, or maybe you want to sit back on the heels and have a seat upright, whatever feels good for you this morning, go ahead and take it. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Meeting back up into all fours into your tabletop position, hands and knees. And take a cat and cow here just to kind of release the spine. So inhale, cow pose, heart moves forward, tailbone lifts, gaze is forward. Exhale, cat, tuck the chin, round the spine, really press the mat away. And then just start to move into the spine, whether that's some rolls, some side to side, just a little movement. Just kind of creating your own dance here, linked with your breath. And then gently finding that tabletop position once again. Good. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, finding a low lizard lunge. And then inhale, pull the heart through, kind of like a cow lunge, lifting the gaze, lifting the heart. And then press back, exhale, half splits. So your knee can bend as much as you need. Your leg never has to stay straight. But especially if you feel any pain or pulling on the backside of your leg, a little gentle bend to help relieve that. Deep breath in and out. And let's begin to move back and forth between those two positions. Inhale, lizard lunge, heart moves forward. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, lizard lunge. Half splits on your exhale. You've got 2 more. Inhale moves you forward. Broaden the heart. Exhale takes you back. Close it all off. 1 more. Inhale, pull the heart through. Get long through the spine. Exhale, half splits. And come back into your tabletop, hands plant, right knee comes back under the right hip, and then simply switch sides. Left foot steps to the outside of your left hand. And then find your lizard lunge here. Good. Take a breath in, pull the heart through the arms, gaze is forward, neck is nice and long. Half splits on your exhale. Good. So you can always have blocks up underneath your hands as we do this, as you rock back and forth. Bring the ground higher to you. Good. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Let's begin to move a little bit with our breath. Inhale. Let the breath be long here. Move the heart forward. Lizard lunge. Half splits. Exhale. Long breath out. Lizard lunge, inhale. Half splits, exhale. Bend that knee as much as you need so you don't feel any pain or pulling on the back side of the body, whether it's kind of in the low back or onto the knees. Inhale, lizard lunge. Half splits, exhale. One more, inhale, lizard lunge. The shoulders come down away from the ears. Exhale, half splits. Tabletop position, bend back into that right knee, hands plant underneath the shoulders, left knee comes underneath your left hip. Good. Find another round of cow and cat, inhale and exhale. Coming back into that neutral tabletop, let the right leg go long behind you and let it hover. And then bend into the right knee, bring the right knee behind the left, finding these Gomukhasana legs. And then start to shift the hips back and forth through Gomukhasana legs here. If you find a place you want to linger, linger there. Once again, explore, feel. We'll take about 3 more rocks. Once again, if you want to be stationary, if you want to find that stillness, please do. And then gently unwind. So left foot comes back behind you, the right leg comes back behind you. Ground down through the left shin. Deep breath in. Press the mat away with your palms. Low belly pulls up and in. And then lizard lunge, right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. Tuck your left toes, lift the left knee. Here's where blocks can come in handy too. So if you want to bring the ground up a little higher, take that option. Deep breath in, long spine, drive out through your left heel. On your exhale, little tap down so the left knee comes down to the earth. Good. Inhale, lift the left knee, drive out through the left heel. Exhale, lower the left knee down. 2 more, inhale, lift. Lower, exhale. And inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And you can move the props out of your way if you had them. And then taking a twist. So reach the right arm up and back, kind of swim it back behind you. Right hand can chase the right or the left foot. Or if you'd like to bend into the left knee and then reach back for the left foot, feel free. If that does not feel good, you don't have to take it. Just be here, breathing full and deep. You can come on the knife edge of the right foot, toes in line with your knee. If you want to let that right knee fall out to the side. A lot of options here, so just feel into it. One more deep inhale. On your exhale, gently release that left foot. See if you can hold onto it. So engage the hamstring, the left glute, so it doesn't slingshot out of your hand. And then gently lower the left toes down to the mat. Keep the toes tucked. Pyramid pose. So lift the back knee as you straighten both legs and fold up and over. So straight-ish here. If you want to stay in that extended pyramid, keep the left foot back long. If you want to walk it in a little bit, feel free to take that option as well. Just fold up and over. You can always wiggle the hips side to side. And once you find a good place of stillness, maybe be still here for 2 more breaths. Gently bend back into your right knee. Step the left foot long if you brought it in. And then horizon lunge. So spin to the outer edges of both feet. Both toes, both sets of toes go over to the right. Inhale, reach the arm up. And then exhale, right hand reaches towards the top of the mat, kind of creating this little rainbow shape. Keep spinning the chest towards the right. And then kind of corkscrew that left shoulder blade down the back. Inhale here. On your exhale, hands come down to the mat. Come onto the ball of the back foot. And then ground down through your left heel, kind of like this mini Skandasana. So bend into the left knee. Set the hips back towards the back of the mat. As you keep reaching the arms towards the front of the mat, you can always come up onto the right heel, flex the toes towards your shin. Just finding some space here. Deep breath in. On your exhale, Malasana, yogi squat, top of your mat. So walk the hands, spin on the ball of the back foot, and then step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sink the hips down. Grab a block if you'd like. Set the hips onto a block. And if you notice that the inner arches are kind of collapsing down into the mat, see if you can use your glutes and even those hip flexors to kind of drive the knees out to the side. So sitting up nice and tall, or if you want to round into the spine, feel free. Let this pose and any pose be about you. So we're waking up the hips this morning to whatever you need. And if your Malasana is up a little higher like this, that is quite all right too. Just find your depth, your space, always. And then start to bring a little side to side action. So you can come up on one set of toes, bring the hips just from side to side. Just kind of finding this little flow. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And remove the block if you had it, if you were sitting on it. Good. And then forward fold, lift the hips, pivot the heels in line with the toes, and fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale, long spine. Fold, exhale. Root to rise, come all the way up to stand. Arms reach and squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. Maybe lift the kneecaps. And I feel all of that down the front line of the body. Breath in, forward fold, exhale. The tabletop position, step the feet back. Lower the knees down to the earth. And we'll move to the other side. So the right knee stays grounded this time. Send the left leg long behind you. Let it hover. Really feel that engagement in the core. Draw the low belly up and in. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, left knee tucks behind the right knee, finding those Gomukhasana rocks. So sit the hips back and forward. If you find a space where you'd like to linger, feel free. We'll take about 3 more rocks here. Find your breath in the rhythm. And then shoulders come back over your wrist. Good. Bring that left leg back to a hover right where we started. Big breath in, press the mat away. Get strong through the torso, strong through the upper body. And then left foot steps to the outside of the left hand, lizard lunge. Good. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Hands can always come on blocks on this side as well. Take a deep breath in, get long from that back heel through the top of your head. And then exhale, lower the right knee down to the earth. But try and keep the hips nice and steady. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift. Drive out through your heel. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, gently lower that right knee down to the earth. Good. And then inhale, reach that left arm up, open and twist. Chest goes towards your left knee. Stay right here if you want to reach back towards that back foot, bending to the knee. Good. Catching the foot in your hand or not. If it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. If you want to come onto the knife edge of that left foot, allowing that knee, that hip to kind of roll open. Big toe in line with your left knee here. And breathe full and deep. I always like to move in my poses. If you want to be still, be still. One more breath. Try and keep control of that foot with the hamstring and the glute, and then see if you can release the foot, gently lower it back down to the mat. And then finding a pyramid pose, tucking the right toes, lifting the right knee. You can walk the right foot in as much as you need. You can bring blocks up to support you, bring the ground a little higher and fold up and over that front leg. Nice little bend into the left knee if you need. The leg never has to be straight. Deep breath in. On your exhale, horizon lunge. So right hand comes down to the inside of the left foot. Step the right toes back long if you'd like. And then coming on the knife edges of both feet, both sets of toes spin to the left. Inhale, press through that right palm. Left arm reaches up and over. And finding that rainbow shape on your exhale. Just getting into this outer hip stretch here. Breath in. Breath out. Then finding that mini skandasana. So pivot onto the back toes, ground down through the right heel, send the hips back, kind of sinking into that right knee. Arms can reach towards that left foot, reaching towards the top of your mat. So you can keep both side waist nice and long. Breath in, breath out. Malasana, top of your mat. So come forward, bend into your left knee, spin on the ball of the right foot steps to the outside of your right hand as you sink down into your yogi squat, your kind of passive squat here. Breath in, breath out. And anything you want here, I always invite you just to explore, to play a little bit. If you want to rock side to side, if you want to take some twists, left arm can reach up. Coming back through center. And on your exhale, right arm can reach up. And just moving here, about 2 more breaths in this pose, just taking your time. Feeling into the space in your body this morning. And then when you're ready, when you've had enough of this one, forward fold, lift the hips, pivot the heels in line with the toes, and fold. Take a halfway lift, inhale, long spine. Knees can stay bent. Fold, exhale. Root to rise, come all the way up to stand. Press the hips forward, but open the heart, maybe a little mini back bend at the top. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold all the way back down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, tabletop, hands plant. Step the feet back, and then sit back on the heels. Just taking a deep breath in, recenter. Deep breath out. So finding a downward facing dog. I know it's our first down dog of the practice. And just feel yourself out here, pressing through the palms. You can wiggle the hips side to side, just getting into the back line of the body a little bit. Be animalistic in your nature. And some freedom. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Your right leg rises, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. You can stack the hips. Keep squeezing that heel into your glute. Keep pressing the mat away from you. Good. And then finding a Liz or a pigeon pose. So right knee towards your right wrist. Any angle of that front shin that supports you. The back leg can be nice and long, or if you want to find a deer pose, bend into the left knee and kind of creating this little like shin box where the right foot is kind of near the left thigh. And then square off the chest to the top of the mat. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, gently start to walk the hands forward. You can fold up and over that front leg. If that right hip is really high up off the ground, I invite you to grab a pillow, maybe a blanket, so that right hip can just gently relax and feel supported onto your prop. Take a few rounds of deep breath here, kind of slowing things back down. And sometimes stillness is the hardest part of the practice. And know that you're not alone. It's quite all right. It's normal and it's okay. Can you just focus your awareness onto your breath? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let your shoulders soften. Keep your neck nice and long. See if you can slow down your breath. Two more rounds of breath here. Excuse me. Wherever you are, gently start to walk the hands back up, lifting the heart. And if you're in that deer pose, see if you can straighten out your leg and then roll over onto both hips. Kind of finding this single leg wide forward fold. And then gently start to walk the hands forward. So you don't have to come all the way down to the earth. Once again, bring a block or a prop. See if you can hinge from the hips. So maybe bring your hands to your frontal hip points and then begin to hinge. And once you feel your low back round, maybe that's your depth today. Then you want to stay right there. If you want to go a little further, feel free. But if you feel any pain, just come right back on up. It's not about how it looks. It's all about how you feel. Take 3 rounds of breath here. You can stay here as long as you'd like. Or begin to walk back up, lifting the heart. And we'll move to the other side. So just bend into your left knee. We're gonna go to the back of the mat. Extend your right leg either into that deer pose, both knees bend, or walking the right leg long back behind you. And take your time to settle in, there's no rush. And then once you find that place for you, you can stay upright or maybe crawl down onto the forearms, onto a prop. And finding some space right here for you. Breathing full and deep. Notice where you naturally hold tension. You soften those areas. Can you be kind to yourself in moments of stillness? And just notice the thoughts. Kind of like your little inner roommate upstairs. And simply notice. You don't have to respond or answer. You can simply just soften. Soften the thoughts, soften your gaze, soften the body. Take one more breath right here for you. Linger here as long as you'd like. Start to make your way upright. Then coming back into that half straddle. So right leg stays out long, left knee stays bent, and hug the left foot into your inner hips. Grab your props if you'd like. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Maybe bring the hands kind of to those frontal hip points. And then on your exhale, begin to hinge and fold. Finding your depth. Maybe your depth is right up here this morning. Sit up nice and tall. Let that be okay. Let that be what you need right here in the moment. Just having a little bit of self-inquiry. Knowing that things can shift day to day, moment to moment. Being okay with that. What do you need right here for 2 more breaths? Go there. See if you can relax. And then gently start to make your way up out of this one, moving all the props out of the way if you'd like. And coming back into that Sukhasana shape, that easy seat, one shin and cross in front of the other. And then bring your hands onto your knees, start to bring some circles. They can be big, they can be small. Any direction you want to go, don't think about it, just let it happen. And then reverse. So bring the heart forward, chest comes forward. Maybe you round into the back, sitting back into your seat. And the heart comes forward again. Just moving all directions of the spine. If you find a sticky spot, maybe hang on there. Just kind of feel it out and breathe into it. And then finding stillness, sit up nice and tall. Use any props you need to help feel supported. See if you can clear out some space from the hips to the rib cage, sitting up a little taller. See if you can soften the shoulders down the back as you reach the crown of your head up. Get long through the neck, through the spine. Maybe close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Just going to close with a little breath work here together. So take an inhale. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And inhale through your nose for 3, 2, 1, and pause. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. And pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Good. One more together. Inhale for 3, for 2, and 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take a full breath in. And your longest breath out. Thank you so much for joining me for this morning's practice. Hopefully we cleared out some cobwebs into the hips, into the mind, creating some space wherever you needed it most this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Take good care.